Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another experiment. Today we are looking at if Ghana had all the players that could have played for them in their national team. So I'll run you through the players as well as we'll take a look at the kind of squad they've got and where they sit in the rankings, as you can see there. But let's take a look quickly at the players that have moved over. We've got Inaki Williams of Atletico Bilbao, a player that is at Atletico Bilbao because they've got very few players that are able, who are actually decent. I don't know where I'm going with all these clicking, and able to play for him. He scored 40 goals in 196 appearances, but obviously now moved over to Ghana. We've also got Memphis Depay, another player who's fantastic, plays for Barcelona now, as we're well aware, but is certainly someone who can cause some issues to other teams for Ghana. Callum Hudson-Odoi as well, with Ghanaian heritage, another player that is linked up with them. Tariq Lamptey, again, an English footballer who has transferred over to Ghana, a very pacey fullback. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on. Then you've also got the likes of Eddie Nketiah from Arsenal. Be interested to see if he gets any game time with a few of the other players that are in this squad. Myron Boadu as well from the Dutch team AZ Alkmaar, and we've also got Robin Quaison, Swedish player normally at Etifak. Again, it'd be interesting to see if he actually gets any game time at all. And then finally, Jerome Boateng joining up with his brother Kevin Prince to play for the Ghanaian outfit. I'm sure he'll be getting in the squad, no problem. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. He's currently a free agent on here. We know he's moved to Lyon in real life, but we can take a look. He's wanted by PSG and Real Madrid, so I mean, maybe he'll do a little better in game. But there you have it. We'll jump to the kind of a bit ahead and see how they're getting on. They sit 44th in the rankings of the world, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how they do. But let's jump ahead and take a look. Okay, so here we are then. We are 2 years ahead in March of 2022, and a few little transfers, it looks like. They are 35th in the rankings, so they have managed to rise those rankings. They are tied with Austria as well, so that's not too shabby at all. They're still below a few African teams in the world rankings, notably the likes of Nigeria, Senegal, Morocco, Algeria as well. But increase is increase, which is good to see. Let's take a look at the schedules and see how they've got on. Let's not cheat and take a look otherwise. But qualifying, looks like they've qualified quite comfortably for both the World Cup and... Oh, actually, maybe not. It looks, saying that, I just saw that they lost twice to Morocco in the qualifying for the World Cup. So they didn't quite make it to that one. But they did make it to the African Cup of Nations, as we can see here, making it to the quarterfinals as well. Looks like Cameroon beat them initially, but a comeback against Angola and Guinea. Well, a draw against Guinea. So maybe not the best performance, but they did do well against Tunisia. That's certainly something we can say. A loss to Morocco, who also knocked them out of the World Cup qualifying, which is a shame. Let's take a look at their kind of squad and what they've got there. So they've got Baba Rahman at left back. Lamptey's playing at right back. Salisu's in the middle, which is good to see as a Saints fan. Depay and Williams up top. So there's not many of those players. There's an interesting kind of formation they're looking to play. Not really getting the best out of some of the other players they've got, like Hudson-Odoi and Myron Boadu specifically. But you've got Tariq Lamptey at right wing back, and Depay and Inaki Williams up top is certainly going to give you options with Partey and Kudos just behind them as well. Interesting. That's interesting to see. Let's take a look if Jerome Boateng's played much for them, because he hasn't actually made any caps, any appearances at all for Ghana. That's very interesting. But there you go. Let's jump again and take a look at their performances and if they can continue to rise up the ranks. Okay, so 26th now in the rankings. So they have continued to grow, just under the 10 ranking increase, which is good to see. Let's take a look at where they're kind of at in there. They said 26th, right? Yeah, there it is. I'm blind. Just moved above the likes of Mali and Ivory Coast, which is very nice to see. And they're just below Algeria. They're still not quite up to the ranks of some of the other African nations, but they get in there. They're slowly increasing, and as such, that's good to see. But we're in 2027, so we are a few years on now. Let's take a look at the schedule and jump back to a point which we've seen. So we obviously saw them get to the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations. They then got to the second round, beating Zimbabwe and Burundi on the way in the groups, losing to Senegal, which is a shame. It'll be good to see if they can get to a World Cup as well, as it'd be nice for them to do so and test their kind of abilities. They reached the quarterfinals again in the African Cup of Nations in 2025, beating Algeria, Tanzania and Cape Verde. Then Guinea in the second round, losing to Mali in the quarterfinals. They did manage to make it to a World Cup with the change of kind of format to that. Beating Peru 4-0, absolutely smashed them. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Memphis Depay and Myron Boadu getting the goals there. Thomas Partey getting a goal to draw against Portugal. Unfortunately, they were knocked out by Uruguay 1-0 in the next round, which is a shame, certainly. And they did reach again the quarterfinals of the African Cup of Nations, so they weren't able to quite reach the heights that they wanted. Let's take a look at that formation that they chose. So they went 4-4-2 against Peru, and it obviously paid off. Boadu and Depay up top, with Inaki Williams playing out right, just ahead of Lamptey, and Hudson-Odoi is playing out on the left. So it looks like they're making a bit more use of the players that they've got to hand. Are they still playing that formation? No, looks like it is changed slightly. Eddie Nketiah is actually playing up front with Hudson-Odoi on the right, and Lamptey there as well at right back. But they're still including the players, certainly, which is good, mixing things up a little bit as well. But with that, let's take a look at the top players they've got, with 5 of our players sat in there. First off is Eddie Nketiah, formerly of Arsenal, now at Lyon. It's good to see him move on. But he's made 41 appearances, scoring 19 goals. That's nearly a goal every other game. Just not quite enough, though, to actually reach those stats. But good to see, certainly, as a striker. Then we've got Inaki Williams, who is still at Atletico Bilbao. Not really a surprise. They want to keep hold of him as much as possible. 59 caps and 17 goals, though. A little disappointing for a player of his quality, especially at his prime initially. Then we've got Memphis Depay, who's dropped right off. Following his move to Barcelona, he went to Man City and then to Stade Rennais. Unless Rennais has gone into some sort of incredible mode, they unfortunately aren't quite up to the standard of Barca and Man City. But 71 appearances and 38 goals isn't too shabby at all for Memphis Depay. Then we've got Tariq Lamptey, as we mentioned, at Atletico Madrid, in fact. So that's not a bad transfer he's made. 71 caps and 22 goals. Not too shabby at all. £49 million move for Brighton. So Brighton making the money there. And then Callum Hudson-Odoi, 52 caps and 18 goals at Real Madrid. That's good to see. Let's see how much he's gone for. 86 million. Wow, that is a lot of money. But there you have it. That is Ghana. If they had the players that they used to, they could have had. Sorry, not what they used to. Interesting to see. Certainly, they've improved a bit, but I think they still could have got a bit more out of the players that they were given. It's interesting to see why Jerome Boateng didn't get picked for the national team. I don't know if there's something that I've missed there. But let me know if you can think of a reason why. But like I say, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you next time.